Really? People can hear me?
We're here.
If I speak, they hear me?
I hope they can hear you, otherwise something's going on.
I know they can hear you. You got the voice that they can hear. My voice sounds like I'm in a shoebox. Welcome to Inside Dr. Herman's Head on this beautiful, warm, sunny summer day.
It's been hot. Days in a row.
Just plain hot.
I can't
it's
do it.
Ridiculous. It's like it was hotter, I think, here than it was in Arizona the past couple of days.
Fat and hot. It doesn't work.
Talk about it. The two of us, 2 tons of fun on a hot summer day. Oh, man. Well, this is the show about nothing and everything else.
And everything.
This is a call-in show. I want to let you people know that. For those of you who are stuck on Route 80 heading out of the Poconos,
oh, boy.
which I always think that's one of our biggest demographics is people from the city and from New Jersey stuck in their cars.
And if this is the only station that comes in, you have to listen to us.
Lucky you. This is a call-in show. Tell us what you think of what we're talking about. Tell us what you think of what you're thinking about. And just tell us whatever. Give us a call on the headline hotline. The phone number is 570-420-9670. And that is because you are listening to us on Pocono 96.7.
Yes.
Before I get into the first thing I wanted to speak about, which is very important, I was just listening to the news as we came in. Mm-hmm. In about a minute, we had lying politicians, innocent people shot by cops, false emergency calls to the Coast Guard.
That's always good.
We had mass shooters emulating other mass shooters, and we had planes flying into houses.
Insane.
So it's been a good week.
Yeah.
Been a good week. We're doing well here in America. Well, it was a good week for my dad. My dad finally checked out. My father, Barry Herman, who I loved so much in life and also afterlife, I find, went away on Monday night quietly. And it's funny because people who didn't know him will say to me, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that."
I'm so sorry.
And people say funny things when somebody dies. They, in their zeal to be supportive. And I don't fault them, but they don't think about what they're saying.
Yeah, my favorite is my thoughts and prayers are with you.
I love that.
That's my favorite.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
And I try not to say, well, I'll think for you, but I know what they're, again, I don't fault anybody and I appreciate it. And, a lot of people say he's in a better place. Right. As if wherever he is, it's better than being with his family. He's with his wife and his children and the people that cared and loved about him for 78 years. He's in a better place. God needed him. Well, we needed him more. God has lots of people that he took, But they also say he's not in pain anymore.
Well,
without knowing that he wasn't in pain before he went. So he went quietly and he wasn't in a tremendous amount of pain, but, which was nice. My father did a lot of things wrong in his life and a lot of things right in his life. One of the things he did right was the way he died. He went quietly. He went peacefully, to the best of our knowledge. And Dad, we miss you. We love you. And we will try to carry on the things that you would have done.
Rest easy, Mr. H.
I did notice standing out there in the hot sun on that Tuesday afternoon, listening to the rabbi incant the age-old, millennia-old incantations of the Psalms and the things that are said at graveside. And it struck me funny that this rabbi, like most of the rabbis we have that we listen to and that we that minister to us nowadays, were born in America, raised in America, and my past religion, I was Jewish. I was a practicing Jew until I reached the age of...
You went to Hebrew school and everything, didn't you?
I was bar mitzvah, I went to Hebrew school, and I wasn't an Orthodox Jew. I was a very traditional and very conservative type Jew for a long time.
Did you guys, because you're from Brooklyn originally, like when you were born, right?
Born and raised. Yeah.
Was it like the Jewish section? Did you guys live like that?
You know what? Brooklyn had so many Jewish sections. It still does.
Right, yeah.
But I was from sections where there were a lot. Brighton Beach, which is where my dad had a store. It was a very, very American Jewish or Eastern European Jewish, and then they say the Russians moved in. They call it Little Odessa now.
Okay.
Russians and Ukrainians moved in, but they were mostly Jewish. So it's still a Jewish section. Sheepshead Bay, Mill Basin, places where a lot of Jewish people lived. But I practiced. I did all the things I was supposed to until I reached the age of reason. And then
I kind of had the same kind of thing happen to me too.
Yeah, you start to realize that,
like that teen. I hit that teenage gap, and I was like, and I'm going for my confirmation, and I finally decided to listen one day in church and was like, no. This isn't happening. I remember the day I told my mother. She was upset because she was a Sunday school teacher, but
was she?
I
can see that.
I just had it didn't click.
I think they want less and less people nowadays to think about what they're saying when they're in church because more people are realizing, what am I talking about? What,
you know? Yeah. What am I doing every week?
I don't really believe in Puff the Magic Dragon anymore, or but whatever. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm not going to blanket this whole conversation with that. What I was noticing though was in Judaism nowadays they still use a lot of Hebrew.
Okay.
Prayers are still prayed in Hebrew.
Right.
And, there were about 20 people at the funeral, and we're standing, and I know for a fact that nobody's standing there except the rabbi, certainly not the Puerto Rican guys that dug the grave and used the bobcat to fill it in, understand Hebrew.
Yeah.
And we're all standing there and listening to it. Now, wouldn't it have been nice if he was saying things that we are supposed to understand or espouse to or whatever, if he was said in English?
Right.
Christianity is steeped, I believe, in Aramaic and Latin.
They don't speak Aramaic's dead, isn't it? It's not a language.
Well, there aren't a lot of people that understand it. I know that.
Yeah.
And Catholicism, which is really big, still is steeped in Latin.
Latin, yeah.
Comes out of Rome, right? And a lot of it in Rome. But still, in America, you don't hear a lot of Latin, I don't think, in churches nowadays, in Catholic churches. A lot of it's in English.
Yeah.
But I still remember back when I was a synagogue going person, a lot of it is in Hebrew, and I know it's traditional and it's nice, but if people don't know what they're saying,
so the Jews need an upgrade. You're saying?
Well, I think it's time to to pander a little more to the audience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a whole thing, though. I mean, like, if you're really practicing, though, and you go to Hebrew school like you did, like, you had to learn that language, right?
We did have to learn how to. Yeah. Well, but the funny thing is, after 7, and I went to Hebrew high school, which very few people do in America. It's
usually elementary, right?
Well, you go until your bar mitzvah, and then you're not required to go anymore, or you're not supposed to go. Most people don't. I went for 2 years after that.
Okay.
Just because I was interested in some of the, it was more about current events and things that are going on in the world of Judaism. And,
right.
But we did have to learn Hebrew, but I learned how to read it very fluently. I could read Hebrew very well, but I don't know what word that I'm saying.
That's awesome. Oh, you can read it, but you don't know what.
I don't know. Yeah, I understand the alphabet.
Okay.
And I can read it with the vowels and the way it's written or whatever, but I don't know a single. Not so a single. I know maybe a dozen words. But just from rote memorization. And the interesting thing is, when I went to college, I took 2 years of Yiddish, just to learn what my grandparents were saying behind my back.
See, now that's the thing. So now you're telling me Yiddish is a legit.
Yiddish and Hebrew are legitimate Jewish-based languages.
I thought it was just like a slang. Like,
no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Yiddish is a compilation of Hebrew and many, many Eastern European languages like Polish and Hungarian and Romanian and Russian and Ukrainian, German. Wherever the Jews lived, they brought a little bit of their own original languages and kind of made a mishmash of it, which again is a Yiddish word. Mishmash is a Yiddish word, and it's actually a very, very organized language, and I can speak and understand Yiddish.
That's awesome. I didn't know that
because I learned it when I was an adult.
I always thought it was just a Jewish slang type of thing. Like I didn't know it was actual, something you could be taught and learn to speak constantly.
No, it's actually it's a legitimate language, and it's having a bit of a renaissance now. There are some people that are actually bringing it back actively. But anyway, so I noticed that during the ceremony. I said, you know what? I think it's time. We don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
We know that when you stop talking, we say amen.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm saying amen to, so I assume the rabbis knew what he was saying. It was something good, because if it was something bad, I amen to it.
Yeah, that's it.
So, okay. I wanted to touch on one thing. I don't know, I mentioned it before. Did you know about the Munich shootings that happened this week?
What? No.
There was a mass shooting in Munich. Happened just 2 days ago. In Germany. It gets very confusing.
My dudes are over there right now. The band's over there right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they in Munich?
They were just in Germany. They're in They were in Finland yesterday. They were just in Germany a few days ago.
We'll check in with them. Make sure
Yeah,
they're
I'm gonna
okay.
have to
Because
now.
there was a mass shooting. About I think 80 people were killed. And
What?
Yeah, it was a good sized mass shooting.
Where was I? Oh my God! All right.
well, the new Star Wars coming out, so you were a little, Pokemon Go, and you were a little bit preoccupied. But when they spoke to this shooter, and they were very surprised to find that he was not terrorist related.
Oh, really?
He was just enamored at all the other mass shootings that were happening around the world all the time. Copycat.
Oh my God!
So 86 people died because of that.
86?
It's just so nice to know it's not America. It's not just America.
I mean, no, it's not. It's the world's going down. I don't know. Everybody's insane.
That and the lady that cut me off yesterday, pulling out of a parking lot, insisting that she had the right of way because she was pulling out of a parking lot. I said, but I was driving on the road. You didn't see me. I'm coming and I'm laying on my horn. She says, well, I was pulling out of the parking lot. That was her rationalization.
All right, take the license.
400 years old. I'm pulling out of a parking lot. That's it. I'm coming.
400 years old?
I'm coming, and that's all there is to it.
Oh, God.
All right. You know what? Just thinking about her makes me want to take a break.
Oh, all right.
All right. Yeah, this is Inside Dr. Herman's Head. Give us a call on the headline hotline, 570-420-9670. You're listening to Pocono 96.7, and we'll be back in just a couple of seconds.
It's great for our neighborhood.
It's great for my school.
It's great for our roads.
I'm Department of Environmental Protection Secretary John Quigley, encouraging you to participate in this year's Great American Cleanup of PA.
There are lots of ways to get involved. Learn how at gacofpa.org.
And help us
pick it up, PA!
This message sponsored by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Tom Wolf, Governor. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Oh, the phone is ringing. Hello?
Yo, Gary.
Yeah, who is this?
Dr. Herman.
Who?
Dr. Herman, the one you come to know and love, Dr. Herman.
Oh, I love my Dr. Herman.
That's the one.
Hey, Dr. Herman.
Gary, I'm just sitting here, and I suddenly became inspired.
What?
I've never had a jingle.
You've never had a jingle?
I've never had a jingle, and some jingles are so cool. I always thought how cool it would be to have a jingle.
So Herman Family Chiropractic and Dr. Herman, I love my Dr. Herman, wants a jingle.
I was thinking that it would be an excellent time to do a contest.
What kind of a contest?
A jingle contest. They could sing it. They could put music behind it. Give me about a 10 or 15-second jingle that would work well at the end of our commercials.
What do they get if they are the winner of the jingle contest?
For a year, you won't pay for chiropractic care.
Wow. There you go, folks. Write a jingle based on I love my Dr. Herman, and you won't have to pay for chiropractic care for a year if you win.
How exciting is that?
Yeah. Call 424-LIFE. That's 424-LIFE. I love my Dr. Herman. Hey, wait, can I copyright that? Am I eligible? Ask about their $25 visits for life.
Pocono 96.7.
You're listening to Inside Dr. Herman's Head every Sunday night starting at 7 o'clock right here on Pocono 96.7. And now, back to the good doctor.
And we are back with our good old friend, our old theme.
Yeah.
I like that.
I still like the old song, but I like mixing it up, too, though.
You know what? For all the people that voted in and said, mix it up a little bit. Yeah. That's what we did. Anyway, hey, you big show off.
What?
Well, it's a big show. Oh, it's a big bad show tonight.
Dr. Herman,
I want to know what you have on your mind, Gregg.
But we're going to know in a second. Because
I kind of get the feeling if you sang your own theme song, that would be your voice.
Yeah, it kind of is.
You kind of get that raspy thing going on, right?
It's kind of there.
The wisdom thing that goes on, right?
But, yeah, you want to know what I have on my mind?
Yeah, what's happening?
All right. You know the, you've seen Seinfeld. I know you're a big fan.
Yes, very big fan of Seinfeld.
Okay. You ever see the episode where Elaine dates a guy? And every time,
I have.
Well, yeah, like every one episode. But Elaine dates this one guy where every time they're together, and the song "Desperado" by what? Don Henley.
Oh yeah. Well, Desperado, I think was an Eagles song.
Yeah.
Okay, it was Eagles. Yeah.
So the song Desperado comes on.
And he stops whatever he's doing.
He's got to stop whatever he's doing and listen to it and makes her shut up.
Right,
she tries to interrupt him, and he's like, Elaine, please, shh.
Right,
you know?
right.
And has to sit there with his eyes closed and listen. I'm like that.
Well, I think everybody has a song or two that makes them stop and they have to listen to.
You know what? I mean, that's what I want to know.
We mark our lives with songs. So.
And this is a call-in show, so if you feel like you have a song like that, I want to know. But I'm going to let you guys know my top 4, Desperado style.
Okay, why don't you give them the phone number first so they can call in?
Phone number is 570-420-9670.
Okay.
All right? And I have... these are going to be my top 4 songs that...
You have 4 of them.
I got more than that, but I narrowed it down to top 4. And you know what? If you want to learn something about me, if you know me, you probably don't know this.
Well, let's just tell people, you're a musician.
Yeah, I'm a musician, and I have a hardcore, heavy metal, punk rock background.
Right.
So people that know me they're going to think that. You
have played in bands that play the heaviest stuff.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, are these songs that if you hear them, you'll stop what you do? Will you actually pull the car over if you hear them?
I won't pull the car over, but I mean, like, if no one's with me, that's what's up.
Okay.
If someone's with me, you got to shut up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And since this is a talk show, I mean, I'm going to play little clips of my stuff here as we count them down.
And I will not say a word.
No, you can talk because it's a talk show. That's what this is all about. I'm going to let you know what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, when we get down to number 1, that's when it starts getting heavy.
Okay.
Heavy for me.
All right.
So it's yeah, let's see. This is my number 4, and this is what I'm saying. It's
Big Show's number 4 introspective song.
Yeah, it's going to surprise everybody if you know my background, but this is number 4.
Oh yes, I'm the great pretender.
Love it.
Pretending that
The Great Pretender.
Really?
The Platters.
Okay.
I love this song.
Is it because something
I don't
happened,
know. I think it's just I just love it. I mean, I grew up listening to the 50s music with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She always played it around the house, still does. You go over there, the 50 station's playing.
Okay, that's great.
And as a matter of fact, I was over there today, and this came on, and I said, I'm talking about this tonight. So,
that's great.
But yeah.
Is it because of the words? Do the words mean something special to you?
No. See, that's the one thing about music with me. Words are always secondary. Music's always first.
But do you listen to the lyrics? Do you always listen to the lyrics?
I always listen to lyrics later. Once I'm over obsessing the music, you know, I then go back. Which my number 1, I just realized the lyrics I love.
Okay.
I just realized this the other day.
But all 4 of these, pretty much the music.
All 4 of these, it's the music that gets me.
Okay.
And this is just one of them that I don't want it to end. The repeat button would be hit, and all of them.
Well, it's a melancholy tune. It's
So that's my number 4.
Okay.
All right. Now, for my number 3, this is another one that I don't think anybody would know, and that I might get some flack for from the fellas, but I don't care. And actually, all of them I would. But yeah, here's one.
This is Africa by Toto.
Yes, it is.
From Toto 4, I think was the right.
Look at you, yeah.
Toto 4 is the album.
Yeah. Love this song. This is atmosphere.
Yeah,
right here.
it is.
This is, and I think that's what it is for like all the songs for me. They do build an atmosphere. It's not, I'm so used to listening and playing heavy stuff. It's in your face constantly all the time. Like this could be in the background of a movie and it would be cool. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'm sure it's been used in the background of movies lots.
I actually know it has. But,
okay, you're right.
But it's like I think that's what I dig about it. That I could sit there and picture things in my head while you're listening to it.
I think I once looked up the meaning behind the lyrics of this song, and it's
I've been trying to pay attention, and I don't totally get it. But.
I remember the song being way overplayed when it first came out, but on the stations I listened to. Yeah. But it's a nice song. It never got so overplayed that I didn't like it.
But the chorus of the song is just killer, man. Right
yeah,
here,
right
this
there.
Is, I got to do it.
It's a sad thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a song about a girl, obviously, right. But yeah, I don't understand what Africa has to do with it and the rain and all that. And
no.
I'll figure it out one day.
I'm sure it's something untoward.
All right, so that was my number 3.
Okay, so
now
show that stuff.
Number 2 is something that, yes, it's connected to something for me, but it's still a great song altogether, and I know you know it very well, too.
Tonight it's very clear.
Oh, man. Yeah. This is Peter Cetera.
Oh, yeah.
Not with Chicago.
No, Peter Cetera solo. Glory of Love.
Glory of Love from Karate Kid.
That's right. My favorite Karate Kid movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, actually.
Yeah, well, it's a great movie. It's a great movie no matter how you slice it. As cheesy as it was,
it's seriously
as cheesily acted and everything.
And the best part is, I mean, this is a discussion for another time, but I'm going to bring it up real quick.
Yeah.
All right, Karate Kid 2. We had a little touch of everything. You had the tournament from the first one in the beginning, then he goes to Okinawa, Japan.
Right.
Meets a girl, but insults this guy's honor.
Right.
And now has to fight. It was a fight to the death.
I know.
Okay? This is the thing. It was a fight to the death.
A little bit of a ramping up from the first movie.
Between two teenagers.
Yeah.
And, hold on.
Cetera had that. Cetera did that in every song he ever sang.
Awesome.
My favorite Peter Cetera song, which was called, I can't think of it with this song, but again, it was the same. He did the same type of thing.
But yeah, okay. So a fight to the death between two 17-year-olds in Okinawa, Japan, in Karate Kid 2. Then Karate Kid 3 comes, and he wants to do the tournament again, but he's afraid to fight the guy that he has to fight.
I know.
Get out of here. You're afraid. You just fought to the death in Japan.
That's because you had different guys writing and filming each show and each movie. It was
that was killing me. But now, my number one, and you know this one very well.
They're getting more and more, laid back, the songs. So
well,
I'm thinking of something very, very classic.
Well, you know this one very, very well, and I got a little bit of a story for it that includes you.
Okay, cool. Me.
So, my number one, Desperado-ish.
Stop Everything song.
Stop Everything song, where I must stop everything.
Okay.
Here we go. I know you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But everyone's going to know once it kicks in.
This is your Desperado song.
This is seriously it. Nobody's ever known this. I'm letting it all out right now.
This was in the 70s, wasn't it?
78.
78.
I was one. I can't believe I'm talking right now. I killed her. Killer.
This is
Jerry Rafferty.
Jerry Rafferty from Steelers Wheel.
Yeah.
He's not a couple of years ago, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh man, so now I can't see
a couple
the
of years
reunion
ago.
tour.
No, you're not going to see Jerry Rafferty sing anymore. This is Baker Street.
Yeah,
Baker Street. Baker Street.
Yeah. And I just started listening to the lyrics like the other day.
Really?
That's great. But this song I can't even believe I'm talking right now. But now this song plays in your office a lot.
Okay.
All right.
This is the type of stuff I do play in the office.
This song. Well, I've heard it like a handful. It's got to be like 8 to 10 times in your office. Sometimes when I've been there.
Okay.
Over the years. Now, it's had to be this was a few months ago when Danielle was still working.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter. I'm so therapist.
And that's right.
Right.
And I'm going. I came in and I lay down on a table. She starts massaging me, and this song comes on.
Okay.
I was like, there's nothing better right now.
Getting a massage.
Because,
listen to Jerry Rafferty.
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting a massage, and this is my one song that I need everything to be mellow and cool and quiet for. And you start talking to me from the desk outside.
So you should have just yelled, "Shut up!"
I was like, and I'm giving you one-word answers. I'm like, yeah. And Danielle's massaging me, and the song's going on. I'm trying to listen, and you're like, and you'll never believe, and then this and that, and I'm like, Yeah.
You should have told me. This is my jam, man.
Oh man, I couldn't do it, but now you know.
That's funny. Yeah, well now, hey, never listen to it the same way again.
That's just, I can't. And then it's got a mean guitar solo towards the end.
This sax solo is one of the most famous sax solos in all of rock and roll.
The best part is one of my favorite cartoons right now, and that's right, I watch adult cartoons because they're such a thing these days.
You still watch the kids' cartoons?
I watch the kids' cartoons too. They're good. But there's a show called Rick and Morty, and it's basically like Back to the Future. It's like Doc Brown and Marty.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But instead of going back in the future and stuff, they do like interdimensional stuff.
All right.
And it's the most ridiculous, over-the-top adult stuff I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And one episode revolved around this song.
Seriously?
And it was killing me. I loved it.
Man, you must have been in seventh heaven.
Yeah, it was like anytime they did something cool or felt like the man, this started playing in the background.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Wow.
It was like their theme song, but...
That's cool.
That's a little something. I mean, I know somebody. Hey, guess what? We got a phone call.
You do?
Yeah.
Somebody has an introspective song.
Hello.
Welcome to Inside Dr. Herman's Head.
Good evening, sir. My question for you is, if you tell me the playlist from last week on Sunday at 1 o'clock, I'm looking for a certain song.
I don't think I understood
what was that?
every
I'm
other
sorry.
word you said. I'm sorry. What was that? One more time?
Playlist. Last week on Sunday. 1 o'clock. It was like a classic rock song that it started off something, I forget what it was, at 1 o'clock, 1:30, something like that.
Gee, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not on till 7 o'clock, so I don't know what plays at 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I have no idea what it might have been.
Sorry, you want to hum a few bars to us?
Oh, no, I forget what song it was. Like, it was something that was a classic. I forget what it was.
But the bottom line is it's a song that really gets you, that you really like?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. Everybody's got one.
That's fantastic, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Catch you later. Yeah, I think everybody's got those songs. I have a couple of songs that I'm one of those people that if I'm in a sad mood, I like to just get it all out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I have a playlist on my iPod, and like we talked about before, I still use an iPod. I have a playlist of miserable songs.
Yeah, that's
the saddest, most desperate.
I agree.
Deplorable songs that make me just get it all out. And I love to listen to those songs. That's one of the genres that I just always loved.
It's a form of therapy.
It is. It just gives you a chance to just go ahead and be sad. And a lot of them are connected to times that were sad in my life, But I'm very into the lyrics. You're all about the music. I'm into the lyrics. I like a good melody. Don't get me wrong. But if the lyrics hit you hard, then it goes someplace and it can change your mood 180 degrees.
Well, I used to get a lot of people I know don't understand because a lot of the music like I listen to, the hardcore heavy metal stuff, and I really particularly like the stuff that's either about suicide or depressing time or something like that. And everybody's always like, "Why are you listening to that negative stuff?" And I'm like, it for some reason for me, if I'm feeling negative, I want to hear negative. It helps you get it out.
It's very homeopathic. Whatever you're doing, do it even more in that direction. Don't try to reverse it.
Right.
Get it out. Get the business of being that way over.
If I'm negative and upset, I don't want unicorns and rainbows and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I want death and destruction, and I'm pissed.
Well, hey, we have the ability to feel that way, so let's feel that way.
That's right.
That's part of
and then it gets
are.
it out. You're done. You're over it. And you move on.
So I guess only one of our listeners has a song that he likes to go to.
I guess so. We're
right.
here. Give us a call. 570-420-9670.
I'm staying on till 8 o'clock just so somebody else calls to tell me their go-to song.
That's right. We're here till 8.
I want to know what it is. By the way, did you hear Dollar Shave Club was sold?
What? How much?
Guess.
It's multi-millions. Like...
You're so old-fashioned. The letter M is not used anymore.
Don't tell me it's over billions of dollars because...
$1 billion. For the Dollar Shave Club. So now it's the $1 billion Shave Club.
It's the $1 billion Shave Club.
Yeah, it was bought by Unilever. Or Unilever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Because, when I think billions, I think because, Apple bought the Beats headphones off of Dr. Dre for a few billion or something like that.
Billions of dollars, yeah.
Billions. So that's why, I was thinking Dollar Shave Club. I was like, all right, what did they get, a couple $100 million?
Nope. Nope. Billion.
Oh, my God.
$1 billion. And you know what the best thing about that company is?
That it's $1.
The commercials.
Oh, yeah, the commercials are awesome.
The commercials are great, and that's what brought everybody into buying into the company.
That's awesome.
I know a lot of people who use the company, and supposedly they're really great. But, Dollar Shave Club. Purchase for $1 billion. I want to talk about my favorite restaurant, and not just because they pay me to. Thai Orchid in Stroudsburg, phenomenal restaurant. Thai food, which is, when you think Thai food, if you're not accustomed to Thai food or you're afraid of it, like people who have been afraid of it, it's not Chinese food, it's not Japanese food, it's different. It's not any more the same as those as American and Canadian foods.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either, but yeah, I agree.
When people say American foods, what do you think of?
Burgers, hot dogs.
Right? That's it.
I mean, I even pizza, even though they say pizza's not American. No, it is. It's American.
It was an American invention. What's Canadian food?
Poutine.
Poutine.
Poutine. That's a good thing we said at the same time.
Poutine, that's about it, right?
Poutine, basically it's cheese fries. But no, it's not even cheese, though. It's like...
It's cheese and gravy fries. No, it is cheese.
Is it cheese?
Cheese curds and gravy.
Cheese curds.
Okay?
Yeah, that's it.
We started out talking about Thai food. But that's interesting. No, Thai food is very, very different. Not spicy, overly spicy like people would think unless you order it that way.
Flavors are powerful. That's
very,
what I
very.
like.
They always like to say that they balance the food. They're balanced between salty and spicy and sweet and what's the other one? Sour.
Savory.
Umami. That's the savory. So they blend them all together. They have a really, really good balance. The food is phenomenal. Give them a call at 570-421-1717. Try to get in there if you can on a Friday or Saturday night. Not a very big place. You might be able to make a reservation if you can. Otherwise, show up and wait a few minutes. It's worth the wait. They also do an incredible takeout business. The food is phenomenal. Thai Orchid, down on the corner of Sarah Street and 9th Street in Stroudsburg. Tell them that you heard about them here on Inside Dr. Herman's Head. We'll be back in a minute.
When you're driving, distractions are everywhere, whether we welcome them.
Things looking fine so far for the afternoon commute. Traffic is
or we don't. Distracted driving is a factor in thousands of crashes every year in Pennsylvania. Reading emails or texting while driving can have devastating consequences. So please, just drive. For more information, visit justdrivepa.com.
Just Drive. Distractions can wait. Brought to you by PennDOT. Tom Wolf, Governor.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Oh, the phone is ringing. Hello?
Yo, Gary.
Yeah, who is this?
Dr. Herman.
Who?
Dr. Herman, you know, the one you come to know and love, Dr. Herman.
Oh, I love my Dr. Herman.
That's the one.
Hey, Dr. Herman.
Gary, I'm just sitting here, and I suddenly became inspired.
What?
I've never had a jingle.
You've never had a jingle?
I've never had a jingle, and some jingles are so cool. I always thought how cool it would be to have a jingle.
So Herman Family Chiropractic and Dr. Herman, I love my Dr. Herman, wants a jingle.
I was thinking that it would be an excellent time to do a contest.
What kind of a contest?
A jingle contest. They could sing it. They could put music behind it. Give me about a 10 or 15-second jingle that would work well at the end of our commercials.
What do they get if they are the winner of the jingle contest?
For a year, you won't pay for chiropractic care.
Wow. There you go, folks. Write a jingle based on I love my Dr. Herman, and you won't have to pay for chiropractic care for a year if you win.
How exciting is that?
Yeah. Call 424-LIFE. That's 424-LIFE. I love my Dr. Herman. Hey, wait, can I copyright that? Am I eligible? Ask about their $25 visits for life.
Pocono 96.7. WABT Lehman Township, Stroudsburg.
You're listening to Inside Dr. Herman's Head every Sunday night starting at 7 o'clock right here on Pocono 96.7. And now, back to the good doctor.
All right, welcome back. This is Inside Dr. Herman's Head. Pocono 96.7.
Yes.
Give us a call on the headline hotline, 570-420-9670. And this is a show I'm dedicating to my dad, who left us earlier this week. I had another thought. And this is actually something. Yeah, this is something that came up for me years and years ago because I was looking at a report at one point about how much land is used up in America and in the world for golf courses.
Oh, yeah.
And cemeteries.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a golfer. Never have been. I played once.
Yeah, me neither.
And I'm kind of looking forward to the next Pocono 96.7 tournament because you and I are going to be a team. We're going to go out there and smack a ball around.
And we better have a cart because I am not walking it.
A cart? We're going to take my car. Yeah. We're going to take the small car right out of the... besides the smaller than the golf carts that we can... I digress. I have to say something. I stopped by Lowe's yesterday to pick something up with my wife Terry, and we went out to the parking lot. I had the smart car with me, and I've been driving a smart car for the past 6 years, so it's not like something new. Actually, not 6 years, 8 years. 8 years
wow.
I'm driving one. And I was talking to her while I wasn't looking where I was going as I walked out to the parking lot. And I approached, they have one of these, the little carts that looks like a racing car for kids.
Yeah.
And I actually walked up to one of those, which is actually bigger than my car. It was longer than my car
awesome.
with the shopping cart attached to it. And she said, no, your car's over here. That's a shopping cart.
I can't believe that.
Oh, man. But anyway, like I said, I digress. Now I regress. But it was the cemeteries thing that made such an impression on me.
Mm-hmm.
The hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of square miles in this world that we devote to cemeteries. Now, not all cultures bury their dead. Okay. Some cremate them.
Right.
Some, I know the Vikings put them on a raft and lit it on fire.
Right, you light it on fire, throw it out in the water. Yep.
So in places where they practice more Hinduism, I think that they have a funeral pyre, and they actually burn the body out in the open. And cremation is becoming bigger here. But when you look at the amount of space cemeteries take up in this world, something occurred to me. Now, see if you can follow this. And this was something that I thought was a patentable idea, but I'm never going to do it because I'm too lazy. So I was just, this is. Let me tell you. You tell me what you think of this idea. Okay. Follow this logic. The average person gets buried about 6 to 8 feet down into the ground, right?
Yes.
Okay. The average person is about with a casket. The casket is about 2 feet wide.
Okay.
All right. And average about 6 to 6.5 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That takes up X number of square feet. Again, I didn't figure it out because I really don't care. Okay. Right. But have you ever seen them install? You're going to think this is genius. I think this is. I've had a lot of different ideas for things.
Yeah.
This I think is genius. You ever see them install a new telephone pole?
I believe so.
How do they put it into the ground? What do they do to prepare the ground?
Well, what do you mean? They have that.
They have an auger.
They have that. That's it. An auger.
They drill a hole. An auger is. You see where I'm going? They drill a hole about 5, 6, 7 feet deep.
Yeah.
And they sink the telephone pole down into it. How long does it take them to drill the hole?
Oh, it's no time.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay? I know because when I built my deck, I had to put 46 footings in the ground for this massive deck that I built. And
46?
2,500 square feet the deck was.
Oh, my God.
You could land the helicopter on it. A massive, massive deck. And I drilled 46 footings, and I did them in the matter of about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And they went down about 2 feet and 18 inches wide, so they were really, really big. But it was really simple with the auger. We used the one that you call with two people hold it.
Yeah, I've used one of those before. Put a fence.
Okay, but if you put it on the end of a backhoe, you can drill it in 15, 20 seconds.
Yep.
Okay. In that same area as a single person gets buried 6 feet deep now, you can drill a hole that deep in about 20 seconds, and you could put at least 4, maybe even 5 or so, maybe even, 6, depending on how tall the person is, holes in the same space and bury the person vertically.
Yeah.
Put them into a vertical round casket, like a tube, like a test tube, and slide them down into the hole.
It's just, I like it.
Isn't it a great idea?
I like it, but people are going to fire back at that because...
Why?
Because it's not, now you don't have your own, little spot of grass with
yes,
your
you
stuff
do.
to go hang out.
Yes, you do. It's about a 1.5 by 1.5 foot square instead of a 10 square foot open. I think it's a great idea.
I do too. I actually do.
And the person would be standing as they were in life.
Right. You'd have to strap them in.
Well, you don't have to do that. You just
you don't want them to sink to the bottom of the casket.
Well, it would be tight enough around their body that it probably wouldn't. Allow them to sink down.
Right.
You're talking about something.
So you're talking about not even use normal caskets, like make a capsule.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's a great idea.
I do. I like it.
Please, somebody call me and tell me if you think that's a good idea like I do.
It's 2016. Let's do it.
I think it's a great idea. Okay, it's 7:43 now. We are on the air for another 17 minutes.
Yeah.
I want somebody to call me up and tell me that that's a phenomenal idea. And I will license it to you. How's that? I have no patent on it at all. But how much?
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll discuss that. To be discussed.
I'd buy that for $1.
It's worth at least $1. Okay.
I'd buy Dollar Shave Club for $1.
For $1 billion. I think it's a great idea, and it would save much space.
Good idea.
And you know what? There are cemeteries in the world that are allowing people to put, allowing
on top of each other,
newly deceased people to be put on top of other deceased people. So you're piling them up anyway. You wouldn't have to do that.
That's true.
Drill a hole 6 feet deep. Put a person who's 5 foot, 5.5 feet, 6 feet, drill it deeper, whatever. Slide them right in.
Yeah, why not?
The backfilling would be, you wouldn't have to disrupt the ground so much. The backfilling would take you 3 minutes.
Like battleship pegs.
I think it is. I think it's so practical and such a great idea. I can't see why anybody would have anything negative to say about that.
It would take up half the. I mean,
half,
more than half,
20%. 5 people in the same space as one person.
Yeah,
you could. Oh man, it would be incredible. Cemeteries would use a fifth of the space they use now.
Well, how about that, man? We're in the wrong business. Let's do that.
All right.
Tomorrow
we'll work on it.
What we can do is you got the old golf course down by Penn Hills that no one uses anymore.
There you go. We'll use it as our prototype.
You know,
don't tell anybody. We'll show up in the middle of the night. We'll drill some holes. Hey, I think it's great. Well, we'll work on prototypes for it. We'll have to find some volunteers.
Definitely.
Did you have something else? You were talking about something else. Something food related or something?
Man, well, just like you were talking about that, and it's like, hey, man, it's the future now. It's 2016. I never thought I'd see that number. I'm expecting some futuristic stuff like Jetsons cars and all this, you know.
We're getting closer.
But we are getting closer to that. But how come I got to have an ice cream pop with a wood stick in it still?
What do you want?
I don't know. I don't like it. Those things touch my teeth, and I don't dig it.
But it's already been taken care of. You see, you don't have to have it. Klondike.
Yeah, I know.
Klondike got rid of the stick.
They did.
That's what it is, man. It's a bar without the
stick.
And you can get an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, see, I don't like those unless it's the chip witch.
Yeah, I'm calling you no on this.
You don't. You like.
I'm saying that you're.
What about the Italian ice?
You're barking up a bad tree here.
What about the Italian ice with the little wood thing that you're supposed to eat it with?
Italian ice should be in a cup. It should be in the little tiny cup that you squeeze on. No.
But you know what I'm saying.
Italian ices should be in the little thin paper cup that you get scooped into, and you squeeze it and flatten it as you go over, and you suck the whole thing at the end. Like you get on the guy in the street corner.
Like the street corner guy,
yeah,
right?
I know. You're talking about the ones you buy that has the flat circle on top.
It has a flat circle on the top, and then you get the little wooden stick to dig it out with.
Have you ever got a splinter from one of those?
No, I never got a splinter from one of them.
I did.
No.
I got a tongue splinter from one of those once.
What?
Bad news. Bad news. If you're frayed a little bit, and I got it. Yeah, bad. But the problem is the plastic spoon.
Well, plastic spoons aren't good for Italian ices.
Plastic spoons aren't good for. I want to say the word, but I have to hit the button. They're not good for anything. They're not good for anything. Plastic teaspoons are not good for anything. The bowl of the spoon is too damn deep.
Yeah.
You can't get because you scoop a spoon into your mouth with the bowl facing up.
Right.
And your upper lip can't go deep enough into the spoon to get it out. You have to turn it over to get your tongue into the bowl, and then you spill it on your shirt. I have a whole drawer full of shirts that will attest to this fact.
Another thing about plastic spoons, too, is they make the sides of them so damn sharp.
I don't know. What is it with that?
They cut my mouth. I don't.
Well, they make it that way so you can shave the ices with it. But the problem is it cuts your lip. Yeah, both you get cuts on both of the sides of your upper lip.
I don't need to shave the ice with that. I got Dollar Shave Club.
For $1 billion, very expensive
for $1 billion. Out of here.
No, I don't. And you know what? And I think that the spork, while a good idea, could have been executed better.
The spork is terrible. You can't stab anything with it.
The spork's tines aren't deep enough.
No, you can't stab anything with it.
Cheap plasticware is terrible, but good. Expensive plasticware is very good.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I've had good ones, the ones that are nice and clear and stuff like that, and thick enough, you can use the knife to spread something.
Yeah.
A lot of those knives will snap in half. You try and put butter on a bagel with it or something, cream cheese or something.
Forget about it. I mean, you know what? Just to reintroduce my dad back into the conversation.
Yes.
Here's a man who would never, ever eat with plastic or paperware.
Ever?
Ever. He would rather sit and starve.
So you're at like a picnic or something like that, and you can't.
Forget it.
What about
no
a drink?
Like
a plastic cup.
A plastic cup. He would rather. He would rather go. He'd rather miss 3 meals than eat one with a plastic cup. A drink with a plastic cup. He needed a glass. He had to have a glass. My father ate more food out of a glass than most people drink different things out of a glass.
Ate food out of a glass.
Yeah, food out of a glass. He would eat canned pineapple was his big thing. Chunks of pineapple or crushed pineapple.
Yeah.
He would spoon it into a glass, a drinking glass, and then use a spoon, silverware, only a regular spoon, no plastic, to eat it out of the glass. My father loved to serve himself with a glass. He was so phenomenal.
That's awesome.
The guy was one of the quirkiest guys I ever knew.
That's what I like. That's why I like it, because I think everybody has those quirks, because I'm quirky like that too in certain situations. I think everybody is. You know, like I like to have a certain type of spoon. I'm like that. You know, your dad wanted to eat out of a glass.
I kind of got the feeling that if he was stranded on an island without a glass, he wouldn't be able to eat the pineapple. You know,
or he'd have to talk himself in and be like, "This is it. No glass. I got to do it."
He was a very specific dieter too. He ate a very specific way. If there was a donut on the table, he knew he shouldn't have the donut.
Yeah,
it's not good for him, and he wasn't an active guy. So what he would do is he would cut. He would get a sharp, like a steak knife, and cut about a 1/8 wedge out of the side of the donut, and eat that.
And that's
all right. So I had an eighth of it. Is that it? Are you kidding me? 15 seconds later,
going back,
another wedge. So it took him 8 wedges to eat the whole donut, but he ate it little by little, and in case anybody was looking at
the whole guilt thing. You know what I mean? I can only have it's like having one chip, and the next thing you know, you finish the bag.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have one. That's it. Just a bite. Just a bite. Where's the other half of the donut?
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is the man that said, I have enough money to last me the rest of my life as long as I die tonight.
You know what? Didn't you finally just win that whole Staples debacle?
Oh, yeah. For those of you who are following and interested, who have not been on our Facebook page. Oh, and by the way, here it goes again.
Yeah, say it. This is why I wanted to bring it up.
Like us on Facebook. Man. And follow us on Twitter when we get a Twitter account, which we haven't done yet.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And we're also working on getting our old shows up in archives somehow.
Yeah,
we'll let you know about that. But we do announce what we're doing on Facebook, so find us on Facebook and like us there. And if for those of you who did, you know that the rebate card that I got from Staples was finally settled after me getting 3 cards I couldn't use by me finally getting a check.
I can't believe it. I can't. So
I put a picture of the check up on Facebook too.
I loved it because it shows that they could have done that in the first place.
Absolutely.
Instead of.
Absolutely. Just send me back the money.
I swear to God, they were just hoping you were going to give up.
I think they think that's the idea behind the rebate card to begin with, is that they're hoping that you won't use it, it'll expire.
Yeah.
And that's why after the expiration date, even though you can still use it, you start to lose it $3 at a time to a service fee, which makes no sense. They're hoping that you lose the card and or don't use it until it's too late.
Right.
With a check, when you get a check, you're going to cash that check.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way that there's any other reason for using that. It's the psychology of business. Give them something that they may, because a card doesn't represent money to you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, a card represents spending money like a credit card. But this is something that, you toss it in a drawer, you stick it in a pocket with your credit cards, and you forget to use it. Just like in a casino, they use chips because chips don't look like money, so they don't make you think about what you're spending.
And a casino doesn't even give you any money anymore at the slot machines. You just get a receipt now.
Right. Well, a lot of the machines don't take coins.
Yeah. You just swipe a card.
You swipe a card or you put in your cash, and then you get a voucher at the end that you have to take to the cashier. Absolutely.
But, yeah, I can't believe that they finally sent you a check.
I finally got a check. I cashed it, and I took that money. And
is that why you were back at Lowe's?
No,
buying stuff that you weren't going to use, like those pavers?
No, you know what? I went out to show you how hot it was this past week. The reason I went out to Lowe's was to look for a kiddie pool. We just wanted a little kiddie pool, a little
that's the best
6x6 inflatable little pool to put some water in. Can't find them anywhere. Sold out everywhere.
It's hot.
It's ridiculous. It's redonkulous.
And that's what everyone's doing. I doubt all those people that bought those have kids. Like, there's a lot of people that are just lounging in them themselves.
My daughter has one for her dog.
Yeah.
Yes. The dog doesn't like it, but she gets this, the dog is like, you're crazy. But, it's hot enough, the dog will get in. Yeah, kiddie pool is a great, just a quick, because we can't run through the sprinklers anymore. I don't run through anything.
No, I'm not running through the sprinkler, especially that Willie the water bug and slap me with the whipping arms and all that stuff. You know what I do miss, though, about it being this hot in summertime? And I mean, I know they're still around, but I haven't seen one or heard one in a while. The Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream Man.
Like,
we don't have Ice Cream Man around this area.
No, I mean, in Penn Estates, I've seen one once in a while.
Really?
Like, over the years. Like, it hasn't been a constant thing. It'd be like just once in a while the guy decided to come in there, you know, but...
I can't remember the last time I saw
But I haven't seen a good one.
Anywhere.
Like, I remember the guy we used to have in my neighborhood growing up. It wasn't just ice cream. I got everything from that guy. I got ice cream, I got candy, I got baseball cards.
Really?
You know, things like that.
That's
like,
a good guy. Diversification.
Yeah.
That's
I got baseball cards, I got Garbage Pail Kids, I got Gobstoppers, I got bottle caps.
What was the truck brand name?
It wasn't. That's it. It's not like it was a good
humor
just
guy.
Yeah,
Bill's ice cream
truck. Wasn't a good humor guy or a Mr. Softy. It was just an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
And the guy, I guess, carried whatever he wanted. And, yeah, it was the best. You could, it was like taking a ride up to 7-Eleven.
I don't know if you remember that the good humor trucks were actually the most different of all these things, because the good humor truck it wasn't a box truck like this Mr. Softy where they get up from the seat and go in the back and stand by a big window and serve you.
No, he had to actually get out and open the back, right?
They had a little
it was a freezer truck.
It was a freezer truck.
Yeah.
And they opened up a very tiny little door. And I always used to think as a kid, what is going on inside that truck?
Yep.
He's got all these different kinds, way stocked up all inside and there's nothing like the sound of that door closing.
Yeah.
Or opening, for that matter.
That air seal,
like the old ice boxes you used to have in the house before refrigerators came along.
Or there was the good humor guy on a bike with the little trailer with the freezer box on it.
I don't remember that. That's way before my time.
No,
How do you remember that?
I mean, no, I've seen him before.
Really?
Yeah. Where was it? I was little. I think it was. Mom and Dad would know the name of the park, but there was this park on Long Island that we used to go to, and it had one of those mini trains where, like, you could sit on the train cars and go around the park, and there would be a guy that would ride through there with the bicycle and the little freezer trailer of the good humor.
Oof,
yeah,
see
that
now.
was 30 years ago, but.
I remember in Brighton Beach, where my dad's store was, there was a guy because it wasn't a Latino neighborhood by any stretch of the imagination, but there was a guy that came by with piraguas.
What?
Piraguas are it's a little cone, and the ice cream is it's ice. It's like a snow cone.
Okay.
But the ice is scraped
I haven't had a snow
off a
cone.
giant block of ice.
I've actually seen that. Yeah, I've never had
and
that.
And it's a pyramid shaped scooper.
Okay.
So when they pop it on top of the little cup, it actually is in a pyramid shape. The ice comes up in a pyramid shape. And then they pour the different juices on it. And there's always tropical, juices. Like there's the papaya and mango and guava. Really, really good stuff. And they're usually bicycle
that sounds
mounted.
Awesome.
Really, really good. And that was good. And I'll tell you one of my favorite things, and it's killing me. When I was in Hawaii, they have what's called shave ice over there.
Okay.
Not shaved ice. It's very specifically, it's shave ice.
Okay.
And it makes people think of snow cones, but where a snow cone is, the ice is gravelly.
Yeah, it's gritty, yeah.
This is shaved with a micro thin shaver off a giant. It's like
smooth.
It's like snow when it first falls. Light, fluffy, virgin snow. And they pack it into a mound the size of a honeydew.
Oh, wow.
A massive, for $3, you get something that you can't hold with two hands.
Yeah.
And you can get up to 4 or 5 flavors on it, and they pour this syrup in, and because it's so light, the syrup stays in suspension. No matter how long it takes you to eat it, no matter how hot it is outside.
It just stays stuck in it?
It stays stuck in it. It's not like it's all melted into the bottom when you get to the bottom. And they use these flower-shaped plastic cups at the end, and they have a big shelf on them to hold it all up. If you ever get a chance to look up shave ice, and I got to say, the first time I went out there, I was so taken with this shave ice. I came home and I said, I'm opening a shave ice truck or a shave ice booth, and I bought 4 machines.
What?
Brand new, and they're in my garage waiting for me to open this business. I still haven't done it.
How long ago was this?
Oh, gee, it was about 6 years ago.
Come on, man. Put me to work. Let me open up one of these things.
I would love to open one up. I tell you the truth. I don't know if it would work in the wintertime, but in the summertime, this would kill.
We got a few weeks left, man. A few weeks left. Let me do it.
We should talk about that, you and me. All right, maybe we'll talk about making a shave ice truck. It's so unique and really, really good.
Huh.
Oh, man.
Plus, I want to eat it. It sounds great.
Now I definitely need something cold. Well, hey, listen, I want to throw some kudos out there. Thanks a lot to our caller that we had today. If you remember the name of that song, call us back next week. And
I'd like to know what it is.
And we will play your go-to song for you, and we'll all be quiet during the playing.
Yeah, there we go.
How's that? By the way, thanks to our caller last week who called me out on... my mistake, that there are actually 3 cars whose model names have all the vowels in it. Yeah. Not just the Mercury Mountaineer and the Toyota Sequoia, but also the Lamborghini Murcielago. So, my dear, you're absolutely correct. Let's see. Anything else, Big Show?
Just this awesome smoothness.
Just one of my go-to songs. Bob James, Angela from Taxi. Dad, love you, miss you. Thanks to everybody for listening, and join us next week again on Pocono 96.7 for Inside Dr. Herman's Head, 7 to 8 o'clock. And remember, when things get too tough, just take a deep breath, count to 10. It's all going to be all right.
All right, peace out.